Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 25th. The rain has stopped and it appears to be a beautiful day on tap in Toms River, New Jersey, hopefully as well as throughout New Jersey, and hopefully you are doing well. Going to continue my Simply Brilliant. This is Phil Brilliant. And today, going to talk about a couple things relative to Toms River and relative to elections, because yesterday at 4 p.m., all petitions throughout New Jersey for those people who want to run and be on the primary ballot for June 10th. We're due, and we don't know anything going on. Now, we know a few things. Let me fix my collar, and for those of you, I did get a haircut, so be thankful, but you really can't see my head anyway, the way it goes on this virtual background, but then you'd see the mess of my office. So petitions are in. What happened yesterday? We know on the gubernatorial side, trucker Ed Durr uh, discontinued his candidacy in his election. There were a couple different stories out there that he has endorsed Bill Spadea. Bill Spadea accepted his endorsement. Then there was a story out there that said that he didn't endorse Bill Spadea, but said that he aligned with Bill Spadea's thinking. Who knows? All we know is that Jack Ciattarelli and Bill Spadea will be the fighting it out over the next weeks to get to June 10th and see who will be the gubernatorial Republican candidate. On the Democratic side, there's a lot of people out there. We didn't hear anything yet relative to anybody not making the petition number of 2,500. So we'll assume they're all still alive and fighting. And that'll be a fight to finish, I think, between Mikey Sherrill and Josh Gottheimer and Baraka and the mayor of Newark and Fulop, the former mayor of Jersey City, and a lot of other viable candidates, and they'll continue to fight that out on the Democratic side. Also on the local level, somewhat here in Ocean County, I don't think it's a surprise, but the Ocean County Republicans had supported Sam Ellenbogen and Ray Gormley for the commissioner spot on the ballot on June 10th, and they are going to be unopposed. So the Republican side will be Sam Ellenbogen from Toms River and Ray Gormley. I know Sam. I've known Sam for years. Really good guy, nice guy. We'll see how things play out. I think you vote for the best people. You vote for the people who can do the most for your community, and work hard. And that's really what it comes down to. So we'll see how things play out. I do not know who the candidates are on the Democratic side. I have not heard yet. And then we got local, and Toms River never ceases to surprise me. And I guess they're going to continue to surprise me. About a month ago, the Republicans for Toms River, the club, and all transparency, the club I am a member of, put forth their candidacy. So they have their candidates. So Ward 1 is Robert Bianchini. Ward 2 is Clinton Bradley. Ward 3 is Councilman James Quinslick, and he's an incumbent. And Ward 4 is David Sikosi, also an incumbent, Councilman David Sikosi. And that is the slate from the Republicans for Toms River. And then you have an interesting situation. And I cannot confirm this information, but this is what I've been told by multiple sources, and I've seen it on social media. So if it's on social media, it must be true, right? That the Toms River GOP organization, which is the other club here in town, which does include George Gilmore and does include Daniel Roderick, the mayor of Toms River, has only put forth one candidate, and that is Anthony Ricotta in Ward 4. That is what I am hearing. And then I'm hearing that there is a separate slate, which has not yet designated a slogan. Not quite sure who is running that slate, but the rumor mills out there are this is the Daniel Roderick slate, and it has four candidates. It has Ward 1, Council President Justin Lamb, who's an incumbent. I live in Ward 1, so I'll be very interested to see what Mr. Lamb is going to say and do this upcoming election. Ward 2 is Councilman Bill Byrne, who filled the spot of Daniel Roderick when he was elected mayor. And if you remember, George Loebman had filled that spot for about 8 months until the election occurred, and Bill Byrne won, beating Zach Doherty last November, and had 2 months, and now he is running for re-election. It'll be interesting to see and learn more about him because in the past 4 months we've really learned nothing about him, and he says very little on the council. Ward 3 is Harry Aber. I apologize, Harry, if I'm pronouncing your last name wrong. And he's a newcomer. Don't really know much about him. Know he lives in Ward 3, lives in Fairways. I believe he's in his early 50s. Has some kids in the school system. And we'll learn more about him, hopefully, over the next few weeks, if not months. And then Ward 4 is Anthony Matarazzo. And if I talk about anything as we go forward, I always will say that Daniel Roderick has a small group of confidants and friends, and the Matarazzo family is strong in there, having shown themselves this past year with Marisa Matarazzo being Daniel Roderick's candidate for the Board of Education and successfully winning that spot and being on the Board of Education now in Toms River. She is also employed by the Township of Toms River in the code enforcement department. And now it appears her husband, not her son, I believe they do have the same name, is going to be candidate for Ward 4 in Toms River. Interesting situation occurring. I also know that he is employed by the Toms River MUA and is also a handyman. So we'll learn more about these candidates as we go forward. But it's interesting. And as I look at this breakdown, my gut tells me there are 3 people now running on the Republican side for the primary in Ward 4. Last time there were 3 people running in a primary, it watered down the vote, and Daniel Roderick is now mayor, and that's truth be told. In Ward 3, we have an incumbent going against Mr. Aber, and we'll see how that plays out. So it's going to be an interesting spring as we move forward into the election, and we'll see what happens as it moves forward. On the Democratic side, I've gotten some mixed information. It is my understanding that, and I'm going to look at my phone because I forgot to write this down so that I have it here, that there are 4 candidates on the Democratic side. And from the Democratic Party in Toms River, you do have Anthony Colucci, Susan Gatto, and Justin Moran in wards 1, 2, and 3. And then you have also running in Ward 4, but not part of the Democratic club, is Paul Williams. And we all know Paul Williams. We see him out and about in the community. And, we wish everybody good luck on this election as we move forward. Last thing I want to talk about is we have tomorrow at 4 p.m. is the next Toms River Council meeting. So I have a lot on my plate, and I always do, but I sat down to figure out that there are 525,600 minutes in a year. 525,600 minutes in a year. And as a resident of Toms River, you get 36 possible minutes a year to address the council. That's it. There are 12 meetings. You're only allowed to speak for 3 minutes. It's a running time. And if anybody interrupts you, you're out of luck. You lose that time. So you need to come out as a resident of Toms River if there's something on the agenda that affects you, that you think you need to comment on, or just to hear what is going on. Of course, it is now 8:37. It is less than, well, we'll say 30 hours from the meeting, and we do not know what's on the agenda yet because we have not seen it. Council President Justin Lamb said that was going to be different, but he is running his Law and Order Council, and we have not seen it yet, so we don't know what's on the agenda. Hopefully it will come out soon, but that's 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, March 26th, 33 Washington Street in Toms River. There are no second readings of ordinances, so we know that won't be on the agenda. We have seen that the mayor talk about the boardwalk in Ortley Beach relative to the upcoming construction and the need for some contracts. It is stated that it's going to be more than a $5 million project. They have about $2 million in grant money. So I'm assuming that the $3 million is going to be coming out of the taxpayers' pockets, but we don't know yet. Remember last year they purchased a property for $1.8 million on the waterfront in Toms River next to Huddy Park, the Boatworks building. Property is appraised at $900,000. So not sure how this will play out, and we'll have to wait to see what the town council does and Mayor Roderick. But we do know he talked about using what's called the PLA, which is the Project Labor Agreement. It requires that 88% of the workforce be union labor, with non-union subcontractors recruiting from local union hiring halls. Why do I point this out? Because to be able to use it, it has to be a contract and a project greater than $5 million. That's how I came up with my numbers. I want to make sure you know that I'm just not making things up in the spur of the moment. That's all I got for you today. I will tell you two things. One, pay close attention to see who's going to be on the ballot and learn who is on the ballot, who they are, and don't take no for an answer. You need to know who is running your town because they're the ones spending your money. They're spending the taxes of the taxpayers of Toms River. Second thing is come out, be heard, be seen. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., Toms River Town Hall, the next council meeting. Be safe, stay well. Thanks for joining me today. Phil Brilliant. Have a great day.